Alright everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk About Lego, Rock Raiders Edition. Tonight, Brick Monarch is going to be joining me as usual, and this is our kind of special Thanksgiving live stream, if you will. It's going to be, we're going to try and intersperse some of these one-off themes in the midst of the other topics that we like to cover. So let me join him on here real quick. How you guys all doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Hey,
man.
How you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Welcome.
Yeah. So, man, I'm super pumped about this.
Yeah. I was saying we're going to be interspersing some of these one-off themes with some of the other bigger topics that we like to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Rock Raiders, man.
Rock Raiders, a fan favorite.
It was the year 1999. Dude.
Yeah.
Actually, what a great year, not going to lie.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff coming from Lego then.
Just Lego. I mean, we got The Matrix in theaters.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
It was good times. I think
Y2K was right around the corner.
Everyone out. It's, compared to today, that was like, some fun time. That was a party.
Yeah.
These days. Well, we're still on here. We're still doing lives. It's a good time. So it was only 1 year. Ran 1999 to 2000.
Yeah. Shame.
Just jumping out of the good old 90s into the 2000s era, which we got some weird stuff after the Rock Raiders for sure.
Yeah, we did. We'll have to talk about how crappy that was.
Wait, the Jelly Bean Nights?
Not the
Jelly Bean Nights. We got to do the Jelly Bean Nights 5
Everybody
series.
knows those suck.
Jelly Bean Nights 5-episode edition.
Dude, no way. You'll have to do that with
Jordan. Dude, here's the thing. I know there's themes you don't want to talk about. So I've been considering in the back of my head, like, to do like a one-off every month with some random person about a theme you just hate. And then you can jump in on the comments and just trash it.
I probably would.
All right. Here I go. Gonna butcher some usernames here. Arnad Lego. I have the Rock Raiders HQ. Dude, do you have the Rock Raiders HQ, Andrew?
I do.
Nice. Let's just jump into that. I mean, so they had 8 main sets, 4 promotional sets, those little funky, like, Walmart 4-pack sets, and then 3 mini heroes sets. Do you remember the mini heroes?
Yes.
Wow. Dude, I love those guys so much.
And here's the funny thing about that is, that's the only those little one-offs is the only way you can get Chief.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just gonna jump. I think that's my next thing. So, well, let's talk about what sets you have. Do you have the whole theme?
Well, I had the whole theme when it came out. I had the whole theme, and we all know that I went through a Lego Dark Age and sold my Legos, and I'm recollecting the Rock Raiders.
Cool.
I got a big giant bag, right here. You know how I always gotta show off.
Gotta have your bag of something there. Cool.
Yeah. The big clunky pieces.
Yep.
And the cages.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them.
It
was open, so I just dumped them all out on my lap.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you have fun with that. We got Lego Dizzle. The Rock Raiders video game was awesome. Dude, we're going to get to all of that. We're going to get to the video game. We're going to get to the wild stuff. It was an insane theme, a very interesting theme, a very loved theme by a Rock Raider community. It has interesting stuff going on with it. So, but going back to the mini heroes, like you said, Chief was the only in that one-off mini hero Lego set, which was basically just one minifigure and a little plaque you could stick them on.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the precursor to the collectible minifig series, honestly.
Yeah, I would have to say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't there a super expensive Rock Raiders fig, the single team with a single teal arm? Absolutely, yes.
That is Chief.
That's Chief. We're talking about the same guy.
And the teal arm is actually a mechanical arm.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, is it in the lore, or do we just say that?
No, it's in the. I believe they touch on it in the game, maybe a little bit. And I've never played the game, so I can't quote that for sure.
Sure.
But in the traditional lore, Chief never left the LMS Explorer. He was always on the ship in space, while his crew was on the planet.
Okay. Yes. I did not dig deep enough to know what LMS stood for.
I'm not sure where LMS stands for. I never could find the answer.
Yeah, so if anyone in the comments knows what the LMS Explorer, which was the Rock Raiders ship, which was never a set, but what was their origin story of where they came from when they were doing their mining on, was it Planet U? I think it was Planet U.
Planet U.
Yeah. So, if you guys know what LMS stands for, I mean, Lego Systems something maybe. Lego like to do stuff like that with their acronyms, so it could be something just as simple as that. But Arna Lego, wow, that's a lot of brown cages and bottom pieces. I wish I had the other Rock Raider set. Yeah.
You know what? I get a little drunk when I'm on Brickset, man, or Bricklink, and I'll be like, oh, this guy's got 15 of these. Well, I need all 15 of them.
Yep. That's a traditional Andrew move there, Brick Model move there.
It is.
So don't feel bad.
I'm lacking a lot of parts to go with these, but I'm gonna build a custom build. You know of one custom build that I already did for the Ice Planet that hasn't been shown yet, but I'm gonna do a similar build with the Rock Raiders theme, which is gonna be killer.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
I already got all the wheels too.
The tray company joined. Hey there. Oh man, so I got a story about that. Yeah, they do these custom building trays, which is really cool. And you can throw your stuff in there, and then it has a little slot for the instruction books to stand upright. Because I'm always I'm always dealing with the glare whenever I'm throwing them. There's overhead lighting. It just bugs me a lot. So they made these cool custom handmade things that stick the book up while you're building in the tray, and it fits most, mid-sized Lego sets. And I asked them if they were going to do ones for the big boys, and they said they were working on something. So, yeah, that's cool. That's the tray company. Check them out. Go follow them. They do live streams all the time too. So
I'll jot that down right here.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. I mean, their seasonal wave of products is closed because they have to handcraft each one. So they're just making those now, and they're going to release another wave. Just I don't remember when, but I'm on the waiting list for that one. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll check that out for sure. Yeah, see, Crystal is making note, so she'll search them out and be like, "Oh, babe, look at this. We need this right here so we can build proper." Sweet,
and that's what's awesome about this community. People find something someone's doing. You're doing the wall art and all of those really awesome things. We can talk about your shop a little later down the line. And then I got some designs for PDFs and instructions. They do these awesome trays. I've seen people building Lego sorters, and we all promote each other, and we all grow together, and it's super cool.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so definitely take a look at that.
Yeah.
That is very annoying. It's been annoying since I was a kid.
Yeah, no,
you're like, look, you got to do this number. You got to do this number at the instructions to see what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'll lay them up against the box, and the box will slide out all the time, and I'm just like, dude, forget this. Annoying. I don't know what. Yeah, it's super annoying. So. Great way to build if you're building any of those mid-range to smaller Lego sets. It's fantastic stuff. And then she said, hey, gents. So, hey, Tray Company, good to see you. Wow, that's a lot. Oh, yeah, we already read that comment. Okay, so going back to the Rock Raiders, all of their characters in every single set were named. They each had a unique identity. And then I think they may have even had unique roles in some of the games as well. But the characters were Axel, Bandit, Dox, Jet, Sparks, and Chief. Jet was basically Trinity from the Matrix, just underground. That's what I always thought. Whenever I saw that minifigure, I'm like, yeah, she's gonna kick some butt down there.
Yeah, she was the one chick that was hanging out with all the dudes.
Yep. She had her own little set with the hover the
Yeah,
hovercraft.
dude, there's been so many female characters in movies over the years that are just like Jet.
Yeah, she's
Like
like
you
the
can put that character
quintessential.
together in your head.
Yeah, totally. She's the.
She probably smokes cigars
Yeah,
and puts
totally.
them out
She's
on
like
her own arm.
she's like every female space marine in Space Marines.
Yeah, basically.
Or is that what it's called? What was that movie called? Not Space Marine. What was that stupid one called? I don't remember now. It was with the big bugs and they fought. That wasn't Space Marine?
Starship Troopers.
Starship Trooper. That's what I meant to say. She's every female trooper in Starship Troopers. That quintessential, just badass chick. So let's see. Yeah, and then like we said, Chief was only available. He was very much involved as the leader in the video game, but as far as a minifigure, which is surprising they even made him at all.
I know.
Yeah.
That is surprising. He wasn't just a myth. Like you can actually buy it.
Yeah. Well, and this feeds into some of the other stuff that I want to talk about, because there's a lot behind the scenes for this one, not including the video game lore. And again, like they did with Pirates, they actually released a series of like 3 books for younger kids with some of the Rock Raider stuff in them too. But there's a lot there that we can unpack.
There's a lot of mini comics too.
Yes, a ton of comics showed up in the instruction books themselves. But yeah, let's go and talk about what your favorite set is. So you had most of them or all of them at one point, and then you unfortunately got rid of some of them, and you're building the back now. Yeah. What ones were your favorites out of those sets that you had? Or
the Chrome Crusher.
Okay, yeah, Chrome Crusher's so cool, man.
It's very cool.
Yeah, Chrome Crusher is definitely up there for me. I love the Rock Raiders HQ. Obviously, it's a big one. Everybody likes it. So it's kind of like the obvious one for me. But
yeah, that's obvious. That's obvious one, dude. But you asked me which set was the coolest.
I love the tunnel transport a lot, though.
Yeah.
It was.
I tell you something though. What really kind of threw me off about the tunnel transport was that it was like a helicopter. It's like a helicopter jet.
That's what's cool about it.
I for some reason it just even when I was a kid it kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Sure, it's a little funny like that. There's an air vehicle in an underground exploration mission.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I could see it as like. So in the game, because I have played the game a long time ago, and actually I played it today for a little bit because I found out a way to play it, and it's an interesting story, which I'll share later. But in the game, the menus go down these tunnels, and you like get to a main menu, and then you go into another tunnel. And so there's these large, like, mine shaft type tunnels that you're coming in and out of. So I could see it as like a drop ship that would go to the main base, drop vehicles and people off, and then come back up to the mothership or something, or a surface area. So yeah. I could see it working out. What's really interesting about this is they also had a water vehicle, which makes a little more sense for underground. But they had ground, a base, they had like the vehicles with the wheels, and then they had air and water. So they covered everything. They could get anywhere underground.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was.
It's a little funky, though, to have the big helicopter type thing in there, but kind of a little steampunk, honestly.
Yeah, that was one of my points. This thing, the Rock Raiders theme has this like serious industrial vibe.
Yeah.
Like dirty mechanic.
Yeah.
Sweaty. Like I haven't showered or eaten in like 4 days, and I don't care because I'm looking for crystals. Yeah,
power crystals.
You know what I'm saying? So it just, I don't know, the like we had talked before, and in passing, you know, in comparison to its predecessor, the Power Miners.
Yeah.
They look like they were the 9 to 5 guys, and the Rock Raiders look like they were rock pirates.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah. Power Miners was like I don't want to say Jelly Bean Knight version, because there were some parts of Power Miners that actually were pretty cool. but they definitely had a more colorful, more upbeat sort of vibe.
Here's a good way of looking at this. The Rock Raiders were doing what they were doing to survive.
Sure, yeah.
Right? The Power Miners got some billionaire joker guy over here that wanted to double his money, so he bought all brand new equipment and sent a bunch of guys out with extremely high pay and brand new vehicles to dig to make somebody more rich.
Dude, I like that.
So the difference between the two is pretty substantial. Survival versus hired help.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got the surviving space pirates mining for power crystals to not only power their equipment and save their ships, but I guess there were a lot of the monsters ate them as well. So they were fighting for a limited amount of resources with the creatures that lived underground.
On Planet U.
On Planet U versus basically Jeff Bezos's like crew of guys down there, just no bathroom breaks. They're just no.
Yeah.
Just put some digs in at Amazon. No, I'm just kidding. But like some rich millionaire guy that's like, hey, let's go mine this stuff.
Yeah, we've seen these movies. We've seen movies like this where there's some rich guy saying, "Why haven't you got my job done yet? Where's my money?"
It's the guy, the CEO in Avatar, who's up there golfing, where like the whole world's being torn apart.
Yeah,
that guy.
That kind of thing.
He's the guy that hired the power miners.
He was. What a jerk off.
No, let's see. I think I did read somewhere in a tiny little bit of lore about the power miners which could be, you could totally work our lore into this too. But the rock monsters and the little trash can guys, I guess when they ate the crystals, so that's similar to Rock Raiders, but they would start like shaking and they would make earthquakes. And so the power miners are going down there to contain some of those guys so they would stop making earthquakes up above. It's kind of great.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
It is. I mean, what a colorful fantasy tale for a child.
Yeah, and that's exactly what. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Which is a stark contrast to the Rock Raiders, which again was technically for a child, but very much a grim future, a more dystopian aspect.
Yeah. It was like we got to do this or we're dead.
Yeah, we're out in space. Our ships. I think the premise of the game is the ship is disabled. And they go down onto Planet U to mine for crystals to fix the hyperdrive and all of their vehicles and stuff. So
yeah,
very cool stuff. I own like most of the smaller sets. I don't have the 3 big ones or the little weird funky ones. Yeah, I do have that one. Is that the Rapid Rider? Rapid Rider.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And then I've got the loader dozer right here too.
Dude, yes.
Which is pretty dope.
Yeah, with that cool little mechanical thing in the back that makes it pick up the boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a crystal in here.
Yeah. There should be. Okay, I was just gonna say you got the wrong boulder if you got no crystals in there.
Well, I mean, with Axel driving, you're for sure to get a crystal out of it.
That's true. Axel is, let's see, which one was, I think there was one minifig that only came on one set, too. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Was it Sparks?
It might have been Sparks.
Sparks might have only come on one set. What's funny is, so I talked to an expert on Rock Raiders before we started this live stream. Well, I messaged him on Instagram. His name is RR Slugger. He has a whole YouTube channel where he's done basically a documentary about Rock Raiders in small segments covering each one of the sets and little interesting facts about every single one. So I got some input from him, and so I'll be sharing a little bit of that stuff. And one of his videos covered that there was a Rock Raider, I believe it was Sparks, that was supposed to be possibly on another set that they never released. And so because there's artwork. Or no. It's the he was supposed to come in the one, the granite, or not granite grinder, the one that you liked.
Chrome Crusher.
Chrome Crusher, does the Chrome Crusher only come with one minifig?
No, I think it's 2. No,
okay.
It comes with one. It's Axel. Axel's driving it.
Right, but there's a seat. The cockpit has a seat for a second guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's in the comic that comes in the back of the instructions, Sparks is there in the comic. So he surmised that Sparks was supposed to be in that kit because he only came in one other one. So that was his little, like, cool little thing he tracked down.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, so actually I have that insider information, I like to call it, with RR Slugger. So go check his Instagram page and his YouTube out. It's all about Rock Raiders, but he's going to be breaking into other themes from the 90s as well. I think he's just wrapping up Rock Raiders, actually. But he spent like 6 months digging into all this stuff. It was jointly developed by the people who made the game. So the theme and the game were made at the same time, which is really interesting. And so...
Well, I mean, that would have generated a great continuity between the toy and the video game.
Which is there. What's interesting, though, is apparently there was some emails back and forth between these guys that LEGO was really pushing this as going to be their next really big theme, kind of like Ninjago for the 90s. And it clearly did not go that direction, which is sad. So maybe it had some financial issues. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't purchased much.
I would much rather had the Rock Raiders be like a 4 or 5 year solid run than ever seeing a Ninjago thing ever.
Yeah. Well, I totally agree. And I just don't know that it was the right time. Because, I mean, Power Miners, even though they, in my opinion, are subpar, had a good 3 waves, I think, and really did take off.
Yeah, they got weaker as it went, though.
Yeah, but they kind of developed things that showed up in Rock Raiders in the lore that we never got to see in the Lego kits. It's like there's some of the crystal monsters and things like that.
Yeah.
So I see like Power Miners just kind of taking up the mantle of Rock Raiders, just not quite the same or not the way that I would have liked to see it done. But yeah, Lego was pushing this to the media company as the big next wave, and it didn't really go as planned because we only got 1 wave. But the extensive lore in the game and such kind of points to the fact that maybe we would have seen a good 2nd or even 3rd wave if they had really taken off and people purchased them like the Lego company was hoping they would.
Well, I did.
Yeah, I mean, I bought the ones as a kid that I could afford, and then I wanted all the rest of them.
I think when those came out, I want to say I was 17.
Okay. Yeah. So
at the time, yeah.
Yeah. And you still got them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe they appealed to an older crowd and Lego's demographic was still quite young at that point.
I don't know, man. I know that this might sound weird, but I get in these little little zones, and I think that a lot of builders like Lego guys probably do the same thing. And artists in general,
yeah,
will like get into like a vibe where there's like a certain song or a style of music that they listen to, and that creates a certain kind of work, right?
No, I get it. Yeah,
and totally. I know that this was like a phase in my life when like Orgy was a big band that had just come out, and they sang that song called Blue Monday, right? So sure. Blue Monday, I was jamming like into my dome, right? And building and messing around with these Rock Raiders. So it kind of created this whole vibe for me.
Sure.
Was just gritty and, hard. And, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. Yeah, no. I totally understand that. That's really interesting.
So that was all happening in this 1999 year period.
Yeah. So you were totally on board with them and everything that was going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I could see that. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not going to see that maybe from an 8-year-old kid. He's just going to be like, oh, I like a bulldozer.
No, I know, but that's why I'm making the comparison. I was 17. Like I was growing mentally and like exploring mental.
Yeah.
All
had like
kind
that
of levels. But I was still playing with the toys. I was still building.
Sure.
And being creative and that kind of thing. And that was all I did. I mean, I've got the same scenario for like the Ice Planet stuff. There's music that I listen to when I'm doing Ice Planet stuff.
Yeah.
certain music. I will share it with you later because it's pretty awesome. It takes you to another place.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. That's so cool. Yeah, I'll get in that vibe myself sometimes. It was with art. I used to do a lot of art, and so I would get inspired by a certain album and just listen to it over and over, and then draw based on the inspirations from that album. So yeah. No, I totally understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Same concept. You were just pulling it with Lego, which is super cool.
I said, I'm kind of weird, man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are.
So I was a weird kid in school.
Yeah, I mean, and then here we are, adult fans of Lego is what they call us.
Right.
And I think a lot of people identify with that now, a lot more than, because I see that a lot in a lot of these live streams, different Lego fans and stuff like that. We're like, yeah, we're a bunch of weirdos, but it's like, that's what we do. So it's a good time, man. Let's see. Let's see. What were we talking about? We were talking about, Lego possibly thinking that maybe Rock Raiders was going to be way bigger than it was, and it didn't pan out. Again, R.R. Slugger pointed to the fact that some of the prints of the torsos and heads, I didn't see as many torsos, but I have seen some of the heads popping up in Lego sets for the next couple years after that just kind of were there. Like they were kind of using up some of those parts.
A couple of them were, but some of them you didn't really see anymore.
Yeah, no, I think it was maybe, I don't know about the torsos, but I definitely know there was the heads popped up in a couple other, I think there was the soccer sets had some of the heads, and a little bit of random dispersal of some of the minifig parts, maybe because they were going to be on sets and they just didn't end up producing the set. I don't know. It's hard to know from just the random stuff that we have what actually happened. Going into the video game lore and the extended amount of creatures and things they put into that points to maybe, again, more sets that we never got. I did want to list out the monsters that were listed as creatures that came in this world of Rock Raiders, though we only really got the Rock Monster, which is a phenomenal Lego piece in my opinion.
The big fig.
The big fig rock guy, with the one moving arm where he could throw the boulder.
Yeah.
Or did he throw the boulder? Or I think people had him where you could rest the boulder on his head and then kind of flick it. But he could fit a crystal inside his hand.
Yeah.
That was cool. So the list of monsters was rock monster, ice monsters, and lava monsters, which would have been very cool to have, but we never got.
Yeah.
The Slimy Slug, which was highly promoted in a lot of promotional material, not just the video game. I remember seeing it on magazine, in the corners, poking his little eyeballs up. Bats, large and small spiders.
Yeah, and scorpions.
Apparently, Did you say scorpions?
Yeah.
Yep. Purple and green. And then, and this is a spoiler, so guys, if you're playing this video game at some point, this is a spoiler for the video game because I had no idea about this until I read it today. The rock whale.
Yeah.
And I think it's the final boss, I believe, in the video game.
It's there must be an underground lake or ocean on this planet.
Yeah. Or they just called it that because it was so big. See you later, Robbie Duck 12. Did he say he's rolling out? Thank you so much for joining.
He came in just for a minute.
Oh, he just popped in. Hey, bye-bye. Thanks for joining for a second there.
Yeah,
man.
So I just actually, talking about that, I know that I don't think that it's actually purple in this set right here.
Or the dark blue.
But it's the navy blue.
Yeah.
And I just picked this up at Walmart today just because every time I go to Walmart, I got to buy a Lego set.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that's cool. There's some monkeys in there, and there's the little. Yeah.
I like it.
Little scorpion.
Dude, I love that series of Lego City sets. I love all the animals that come in them. That scorpion could totally be in Rock Raiders. You know what, though? I would almost say, do you remember Lego Arctic before it was in City, and it was just Lego Arctic?
I do, and we got to talk about that one, too. That theme was dope. Okay,
so maybe we can do it as a winter one, because I could see maybe the radioactive looking animals in those in those ice globes as being closer to what the Rock Raiders may have run into down underground.
I agree.
Yeah, maybe they were like before they got frozen, or they were not frozen on that planet, but they were on ours, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's a cool perspective. I agree.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. Arctic was so cool. It was.
Yeah, I was obsessed with that theme too. I mean, I want to say that theme came out around the same time, pretty close, like 98, 99, 2000, something like that.
I think Arctic might have been 2000, 2001, maybe. I think it was after Rock Raiders, but I could be wrong.
No, I think it was after Rock Raiders.
It was right in there, though.
I had all of those.
I have those.
I had all the Arctic sets.
Dude, that is so cool, man. Yeah, no, I got them all. I got them all on eBay. I got them all from one guy. He thrown all of the sets into one giant box, and I got it for like one price, super cheap. Like, yeah, it was unreal. It was one of those ones where you're like, you open it up and you're like, wait, what?
That's so lucky, man.
Yeah, no, it's hard to find that, but sometimes it happens. I was so excited because that was like my childhood, right? Because that's getting into where I was really focused in on.
Yeah. You were the right age to like really be into it.
Yeah. So yeah, Rock Raiders, Arctic, Rescue, Divers, Aqua Zone, and then like Royal Knights. That was all my like Fright Nights. All of those were really close to where I was just getting right into Lego. So I didn't. Yeah. So those were some good times. The Arctic Lego sets. Let's see. We got a couple comments here. Neo Yellow Green Scorpion would be something in Rock Raiders, or the neon yellow. Yeah, totally, 100%. The old school. Yeah, the old school neon yellow Scorpions. Totally.
Yeah.
Rock Raiders did great in Japan. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they actually had a couple. They did a couple special releases.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Japan did.
That's right. They rebrand like they re-released some with the smaller sets. Yeah. Try swap meets. I have these Lego often for sale. That's cool. Alex Rudd DLT. Swap meets. Yeah, I haven't been to a swap meet forever. That'd be cool to get some Lego stuff. They're kind of like garage sales. It's hard to find stuff like garage sales, though. Hey, Hugo Bricks joined. Good to have you, man. Someone sent me a message here. Let's see. Rock Whale is only in the PS1, I believe. I've beaten the PC game, and it's not in there. What? Dude.
That's different.
Brian's Bricks. Okay, that's interesting. I had no idea. It's like totally in the lore online, but if it's not in the PC game, they must have had a different version of the game.
Yeah, maybe.
And then
I never played either one. I mean, I didn't have my own computer until I was like in college.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I played on my XP. I had an XP we would get the hand-me-downs from like our friends. Like when they got a new computer, we'd get the old one.
Yeah.
So my parents would let us have those older computers, and we got to play the Rock Raiders on like I think it was like one of the early like XP ones. I could be wrong. It could be older than that, but Brian's Bricks also says those boxes in the background are such a flex. Lol. Love them all. Yeah, both of us have like these old. Well, you've got the newer ones. I got the old school ones, but yeah. You got to flex a little bit. Come on now.
My old ones are in a special place where nobody can see them or touch them.
There you go.
Behind two locks.
Put them in the vault. Yeah, at some point when I have enough, if I get enough room, I'd like to do something like that. So we covered the monsters. Apparently, Rock Whale was only in one version of the game. Interesting, a couple things again from RR Slugger. If you guys haven't heard of him, go check him out. What's up, guys? Maddie's Minifigs. Hey, how you doing? Maddie's Minifigs. I could be wrong. I think he does minifig auctions on his Instagram for Star Wars. I think. I could be totally wrong, though. So you can correct me in the comments. But yeah, let's see. RR Slugger, I was talking to him earlier. He's got all those videos on the Rock Raiders. So check him out and his Instagram. But what he was saying to me was in Rock Raiders, there was a very heavy emphasis on the alternative builds that actually showed up in magazines, stickers, sticker sheets, and postcards and such that most other Lego sets only got either maybe in the back of the instructions or on the back of the box, which is really interesting. I'm not sure why they focus so heavily on alt builds, but it's true. They were all over.
Yeah, and the Power Miners actually had alternate builds for all their stuff too.
Did they? Mm-hmm. That's very interesting, considering that by that time, there weren't that many alt builds at all, really encouraged in, like...
Yeah.
Not unless it was a 3-in-1, like, which is basically the definition of an alt build, I guess. So, yeah, okay, because, yeah, Power Miners, I mean, they were really phasing out of all of that type of material in their Lego sets by the time Power Miners came in. So maybe that was a nod to Rock Raiders.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, so, and then the last kind of point that I wanted to make, at least for, from what R.R. Slugger was talking about, is the cult following around Rock Raiders that is stronger, seemingly, than a lot of contemporary themes of the time, such as UFO, RoboForce, or Explorians. Those are, I love all three of those themes. But Rock Raiders has held, but Rock Raiders has held the hearts of a lot of people, and I think that might be mainly to do to the video game that kind of brought a cohesion to everything that you got from the sets, like you were saying earlier. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting point. There's this cult following for Rock Raiders, because every time anyone brings it up, it doesn't get much hate. Even though the sets are a little chunky, they're built on large pieces. You know, they can. I could see the same criticism used on Rock Raiders for other sets around the same time that is heavily used, but no one seems to really bring it because I think Rock Raiders has so much of its own thing going on that it stands outside of those other sets. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the one thing that was an issue was the price to part ratio. They made a lot of big parts, so you got like way less parts for the money that you're paying, and the typical good part to price ratio is 100 pieces per every $10 USD. Right. So when you're getting like 74 pieces and you're paying like $19 for it, terrible. Right.
Yeah. I was gonna mention that because I was like, oh yeah, the big set, and then I looked at the part count and it's 402 pieces.
I know, right?
I'm like, man, it's about the size of a castle, but it's definitely not the parts of a castle.
Yeah, I mean, it has the presence of like a large set.
Yeah.
But when you actually build it and you're sitting there with it and you're like looking, you're like, this doesn't have anything on it. There's nothing really here.
Yeah.
And that's one drawback to the HQ, you know, that I felt. I mean, it was cool, right? And you had to have it, right? Yeah. But you know, there could have been like a really cool, you know, operations office or something, tower, cabin where there was like, you know, a little coffee pot and like, you know, a bed or something.
Yeah, a little bit more industrial, maybe like an office for a chief to go in and hang out in and stuff. Yeah, the build is quite sparse. That's definitely a criticism that I could say for that. And that's why it makes it a little hard when, you know, you see the price for the Rock Raiders set now, if it's new or whatever, very close to some of these like Johnny Thunder sets or something like that, where it's like those sets were packed with pieces and the Rock Raiders one wasn't so much. And so it's hard to like, oh no, if I'm going to spend that money, am I going to spend it on the Rock Raiders where it's like 400 pieces, or am I going to spend it on, I can't remember what the big Johnny Thunder one was, but it was the big Pharaohs too, and it's like 900 pieces or something like that.
That was an awesome set.
It's super dope. Actually,
I love the truck. I love the truck right there, like with the wheels off in the sand.
Yeah, no, dude, it's great. Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting thing. Yeah, you're right. Low part count, very unique sets though. And I think they made up for like the big chromed drills. Oh, let's talk about that. New parts, man, because they had some revolutionary parts on these sets.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? One of your favorite new parts that came on the Rock Raiders?
Definitely this brown cage.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how I could possibly use this effectively in something completely off topic of Rock Raiders.
Okay.
Because at this point, I've got like 8 or 9 of them in this bag alone.
Yeah.
And I only need like 3 or 4 to complete the sets, the rest of the set.
Do you think they could be placed kind of like, I don't know, you saw the M-Tron build that I did. Do you know how they used, well, I guess it's kind of a reversal, but do you think you could build them on a stationary structure as like a H2 top area with antennae and stuff on top?
Maybe
build it out with the face of a rock. It's a little tricky still.
You know, there may have been something you could have done with, you know, where you had like 2 of them built with a side support where you could see out both sides.
Yeah.
And that would be like on top of a tower like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be cool.
I like that.
Or maybe like, maybe setting like this and like having 2 here and 2 here and having like a little, you know.
Get creative. I think you could come up with some good uses that weren't just stacking them onto another vehicle.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I've got so many extras, you know, there's got to be a cool way to use those pieces. But that one was probably my favorite. Second favorite is definitely the chrome drill.
Yeah. I think that was a huge draw for those Lego sets. That's why, and what's cool is it came on a cheap one. It came on that, was it Granite
Grinder?
Yeah, which was the one I got. Like, that was I think that might have been the biggest Rock Raider set I got when they were current. And you could get that for like, what, 15, 12 bucks, something like that. It was cheapish, 17 bucks. I don't remember.
Yeah. My Crystal, Lady Bricks makes a good point. Torch cage.
Ooh.
So like if you built like a capsule.
Yeah.
And then it had it set up like this, you could have like fires going on in here.
There you go. Like
cool.
That'd be like an intense. Or you could have it. You know, you could make well, it's the bars are too spaced for like a prison cage, but it almost looked like, when you had it like that, it almost looked like one of those cages you'd hang people from off the side of a castle.
I mean, if they weren't the same color as the rock monster, you could trap him in those cages, in a cage.
I was going to say,
you would lose it because it'd be the wrong color.
Yeah. You could put like one of those fantasy era orc troll guys in it, the green ones.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I was trying to think of a way that like maybe the dwarfs could use it or something.
Yeah. I could see, dude, because here's what's interesting, and people didn't care about this. Now we're getting way off topic. Here's what's interesting.
We always do.
Yeah. Lego fantasy era, towards the end of that whole castle theme, they got like, the orcs are like like the dwarves and the orcs have mechanical devices, like, you know, and they went, obviously, like, I don't even consider Nexo Knights as a castle theme. It's a sci-fi theme with castle elements, but Lego fantasy era is very rooted, in my brain at least, as a very, very much a castle theme. But they still pulled some, like, with the big battle wheel and like the dwarves mining machine. So they kind of snuck some of that in at the very end there, and I could see you using maybe the orcs with a big, I don't know, like a steam powered thing, but maybe like pushed with that cage out front with like some battering ram or something on it.
Yeah, probably so. There's got to be some way to use that part. Good part. Yeah. It's a good part. I got plenty of them.
Heather's Bricks, welcome. She's awesome.
Love Thanks the tree. The tree's awesome.
Dude, that tree.
She's got a rainbow tree with Lego ornaments all over it. I think
I showed my wife that tree, yeah. Yeah, she's famous for that one for sure.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hey. Lego Rock Raider game, yeah. Yeah, it needs to be remastered. Look, here's the thing about that. Someone has created, Heather's Bricks says thank you. Yes, you're absolutely welcome.
You're welcome.
Fantastic work. Fantastic work.
Every time I see that tree, I want to dump a bag of Skittles in my mouth for some reason.
That's so good. Okay, so listen to this, though. This is wild. I had no idea about this. the Lego Rock Raiders game has been remade using the Unity engine by a third party, and it's downloadable, and it's called Manic Miners. You can Google it. First thing that pops up is Lego Rock Raiders, and I just played it today, and it's like an exact carbon copy of the game, except with like a little cleaner graphics.
Oh, that's cool.
It was sick, dude. It's actually a very frustrating, complicated game.
Really?
But yeah, dude, it took me, maybe I'm just dumb, but like it took me like a good 20 minutes to get like the thing that I was supposed to do to start the game. Because I was like, I don't know what these stupid, you're supposed to mine. You're supposed to have these guys, but like all of the starting area is like what's called like bedrock or core rock or something, and you can't mine it. You have to go to the back and start digging into the back, and you find your like tool.
Don't you play Minecraft, man?
Dude, no, yeah, but this is different.
You can't mine bedrock, bro.
It's not bad. I know. I wasn't trying to mine it, but I didn't know where else to go. The location was weird, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? So, yeah. Go check it out online. It's probably a virus. I don't know. I downloaded it, so my computer will probably crash tomorrow, but it has like a
backup computer.
Yeah, I don't want to recommend. That's totally actually right. Yeah, so I don't want to. I mean, yeah, no, it was totally fine. And it was really fun. And I don't know if I was talking to somebody and they said he was adding the monsters now because it's in progress. It's not completely finished yet. He's doing level by level, like recreating.
So it's like a beta version.
Kind of, but there's a lot of it already. Like most of the game is there. Yeah, but I think he's adding the monsters in. But they did already have the spiders. So their little spiders were already running around knocking my people over. So it's in there, man. You should check it out. You might like it just for like a fun like half hour just to think around on it.
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah, it's got
downloaded on my backup computer.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah, that's fair. Like I am being serious. Like I actually don't think it is a virus at all. But like I don't want to recommend a website that I've never been to. So proceed with your own caution, however you deem necessary for downloading that game. But it is really cool, and I was super excited to find that somebody had actually made it because I have it right here in the disc, and we got this old jewel case falling apart like they did, and there he is. We know that guy.
That's
yeah. So it's fun to have, but like it doesn't run on any computer because it's too old. Like no computer likes it. It just spits it out, man. So it's cool to have that.
What did you just put in my belly?
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, very few computers have disk drives in them anymore at all.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a computer with a disk drive for years.
Yeah, so you have to get an external disk drive, and then you put it in there, and then it's just like, can't read anyway. So I'm like, okay, well, here we go, you know?
Hey, man, 99 was a cool period.
It was so good, dude. Yeah, it was so much fun. Going back to the parts, yeah, the chrome drill, dude, I used that for like so many different random mocks. It was one of the coolest parts that they came out with.
Yeah. The laser was awesome.
The laser was so cool. And then they had a similar one on insectoids. Like, was that later? I think it was. No, I don't remember. I think it was later. Yeah.
The insectoids was cool, man. I had all those too.
Yeah. I read some random something about them being the home planet where the UFO came from.
It's not surprising.
It's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
See, so here's what we got to do. Rock Raiders is way too much fun to talk about. There's a couple last little thoughts I have on them, but moving forward, we got to have like a steady theme, like we're doing Pirates. We're going to come in episodes for the Pirates, but we got to jump off on these one-offs where they only did 1 or 2 waves.
Yeah.
Talk about this, man.
Because a lot of those one-off waves, man, are like gems.
They really are. Like we were talking about Arctic, like you were talking about insectoids, or even UFO, dude. UFO, yeah. I love UFO.
Underrated. I love the UFO sets.
Yeah, I'm talking about first.
I got every single UFO set. Christmas of 1997, when I went to my family, we went to Disney.
Yeah.
And I went to the Lego store at Disney. And I got every single one because we had like a daily budget. So my daily budget was gone in the first 15 minutes at the Lego store, and then I was using my brother's money to like eat the rest of the day. But I got all of them. We were there for a week. I got every set and came back with them in the vehicle.
That's so cool, man. That is so cool. Yeah. Oh man. Man, you were like a super fan. I can't believe you ever got rid of those. Like,
I know. I've kicked myself so many times. I had the yellow airport, man.
the yellow airport.
Yeah, you remember the yellow airport? It was the first one that had a clock.
Yeah, was it an airport or a train station? Because they had.
It was an airport.
Okay. I don't know that I
It was when the wheels had the red stud in the center.
Okay. Okay, sure. Nice. That's cool, man.
I had the first hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when all the chicks had black hair with pigtails,
Yep.
and all the vehicles had the red stud on them.
Okay, yeah. No, I know what you're talking
about. I had all those sets, man.
The little pigtail ones. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Everyone was just a little smiley face.
Yeah. Stupid. I made stupid choices to sell Lego collections.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because I had a something of a dark age myself, but it never was enough where I was like, get rid of these things. I got other things to do. It was like, I'm gonna keep them where they're at in a box somewhere, and I'll come back at some point, So.
Right. I've got to find this real quick. Hang on 1 second.
Okay, you go for that. Heather's brick. Is you're looking at Heather's bricks?
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows the train station. Yeah, because I remember that train station.
That train station was like a cool set. It came on that. It was one of the first ones that came on that big dock piece that was used in all the city port.
All the old city cargo ports with the big cranes and everything.
Yeah.
Which, dude, those sets are so cool too. I have one of those old sets.
All right. For everyone that is looking or does not know what I'm talking about, it's Lego 6392.
Okay.
Town. It was an airport. It was yellow.
And
the building was yellow. I mean, this is one of the most disgusting looking sets I've ever seen in my life looking at it now.
Get out of here, dude. I love those old sets, and they're wild colors.
But, yeah, go check it out. It's, again, 6392.
Cool. I will have to look that up when we get
I'm not sure what the release year was at, but it is old.
I mean, it sounds,
old as dirt.
I know, like, most of the sets.
Oh, yeah, it was released in 1985.
Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was 4.
Mid 80s.
I got the airport when I was 4.
Dude, you started way young.
Yeah.
You started like at the first, what is it? Ages. Well, they didn't have ages on the boxes back then. People didn't care about that stuff. Everybody cares about that stuff now, but back then,
go check out that vomit of an airport that I have.
That abomination of an airport.
That abomination.
You can trash talk it all you want, but it's worth a ton.
Yeah, I want to say it was one of the first sets that had those the angled windows that come out. It was like 3 deep by 4 wide, and then it came down to 1.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like it was the same era as those port sets with the big cranes that had those similar windows and stuff.
Yeah, but this is obviously from 1985.
Sure. Well, are those sets not from? Are those later than in the 80s? Then the ship ones.
Yeah, the port ones were like early 90s.
The ones that came with these old boat pieces.
Yeah. Early 90s.
See, I got bags of random stuff too, man.
Not cool stuff like me.
I can do it too. Oh yeah, look, I got 3. I got 3 of those Rock Raider pieces.
Well, I got there's like 12 of them in here, man.
I know. Oh yeah, I got a bag of sheep. Boom.
Oh, dude, those are still in my Bricklink store right now.
Sorry, man.
I've got a bunch of them in a cart. I think I've got like 15 or 20 or something like that.
You got to get on that.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at Crystal the other day. I was like, babe, I need to get some sheep.
She's like, what?
I was like, the sheep, man. The Lego sheep. Duh.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, as far as the Rock Raiders theme was dope. Good talk on that.
Definitely.
Brick Monarch shop. We are going to run a special over Black Friday weekend through Cyber Monday. We put one post out today trying to let everybody know. Buy one, get one 40% off. Best time to buy a sign or pre-order. And we are taking pre-orders on everything.
Sweet.
With a promise to ship within 2 weeks. And then also for my Castle fans.
Yeah, dude.
These are coming out very soon, and these things are amazing.
That's so cool, man. I can't wait to get my hands on some of those. So the Tudor panels in a bunch of different colors that never were released in, and then you're getting the standard stripes you can apply to solid color panels that people may already have.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But they are going to they're going to be super cool.
And that's
I can't wait to build some. I actually just went to the Lego vault to get a whole bunch of these black.
Yep. All the old scratched up black ones.
You can see how rough they are.
Yeah.
But man, once you put one of my decals on that thing,
the whole new piece,
brand new again.
That's super cool, man.
Dude, I have tons. I have like bags of these pieces, these old black castle wall pieces.
That's awesome.
So I brought the whole bag here. I'm gonna put all the colors on. I'm gonna take some photos, get some hype going. Well, we've got a lot of work to do before they get on the store.
Okay. Do you have a rough idea of when they might show up, or
December 1st?
What was that?
December 1st.
December 1st. Sweet. All right. So, I guess you could call it neo-classic castle Tudor panel stickers. We're going to be showing up on your store, and you can get a hold of a sticker sheet or decal sheet with. How are you set? Do you want to tell me how you're going to be selling those?
They're going to come like this: one wall piece, and one corner piece that matches it. So if you want to do something, you'll have to buy two because these are pre-kit panels.
Okay, cool. So you'll have those all available in all the different colors.
Yeah.
On your shop. Sweet.
Yeah.
And then on my end, I have a Christmas thing I'm working on for the Brick Stop shop. For that's going to be coming out hopefully next week. And then I'm going to be running a sale on all my instructions as well over this next coming week too. So look for that as well. We'll promote it in each other's stories and get some hype going for that too. So.
Hey, speaking of Christmas Lego.
Yes, sir.
I've been thinking about this for a couple days now. You know, obviously I've been kind of like putting together my Christmas village and getting some sets together and modifying a few sets to make additions and this and that. And I was wondering, how cool would it be if Lego decided to release like a $200 set for the holiday set that was Santa's house? Like, how dope of a build would that be? Like, it's one thing to see the toy shop and like the elf clubhouse, but you know, Santa's living fat. Like, he'd be driving a Rolls Royce probably that was like red and white, and it'd be like candy cane in the driveway. And I mean, like, can you imagine what you could do?
Sure.
With the modern parts out now.
Yeah.
To build Santa's house.
Santa's house. So because I guess what did they do? His workshop, not.
Yeah. His house, his workshop is a set, and if you look at it really close, there's a desk and a chair.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's a comfy.
It's hanging out, but there's no oven to make those cookies she's carrying around. So I don't know. Those cookies are kind of sketchy, man.
We don't know where those came from.
Like, I want to see Santa's house.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see the fireplace supported by candy canes. And,
yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how cool would it be? Like, I almost want to take the time and like build that.
Well, I was gonna say, man, if it might be too late for this Christmas because that's a lot of work. But man, if you knock something like that together, a big UCS Christmas Santa Claus house, I'll put the PDFs together for you. Let's make it happen.
Okay, done.
People can, dude. I mean, especially if you build it in a style that goes with all those Christmas Village sets, especially since they've already done the Elf Clubhouse.
I would want it to be, you know, I would want it to fit with like the gingerbread house and the Elf Clubhouse. Like
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, gingerbread house, elf clubhouse, and
like lots of detail inside. You know, and fantasy magical Christmas. Have the real Christmas spirit in it. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. No, I totally get it. That'd be sick, man. Well,
yeah.
Let's make it happen. I mean, we already have so many other things we're trying to do, but
like we've been on this Lego trend now of like every year they're releasing like $100, expert build Lego set, for the holiday, and they're pretty good. These sets are pretty good. Like
they're nice.
You have to buy them.
They're well designed sets. Some of the best designed
right?
sets.
So I mean, I think that there's only really one thing left to do at this point, and that's we need a Santa's house.
We need a Santa's house.
It needs to be double the piece count, double the size, double the price. I don't care.
Double the minifigs. You should have a garage, but not a garage, and have the reindeer hanging out in there.
Yeah, no, a stable.
Yeah.
Have a stable with some of the reindeer hanging out. Yeah, a couple elves feeding them on the side.
Well, now the reindeers, and the reindeer is much more easily accessible to people with that new set. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I would probably with that theme, I would probably want to go based off of well, there's the new Santa Claus with Kurt Russell, which is his house is pretty cool.
Okay. When did this movie come out?
There's 2 of them, dude. How do you not know this?
Santa Claus?
Yeah, it's called Santa Claus. It's got Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. It's the gnarliest thing ever. One day you see him cruising in a '64 Cadillac from Las Vegas, running from the guns, right? And now he's Santa Claus. I don't get it, but he does a great job. It's wonderful.
Okay.
Right? And Goldie Hawn is his real wife, and she's Mrs. Claus.
Dude.
So anyway, sorry.
Anyway, yeah.
So you could go off of that, or you could go off the Santa Claus that had Tim Allen in it.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. So I'm wait,
the way that all that stuff is kind of put together, where you got the 3,000-year-old elf making the hot cocoa, and that whole vibe.
Yeah,
that's how the Lego Santa house should be built.
Dude, I like it, dude. Yeah, Christmas Chronicles was the one with Kurt Russell.
Was that what it was, babe?
Because I was like, wait, Santa Claus, and I started tripping. Okay,
I'm serious. You watch it with your kids. Watch it with your kids. They're good movies. They're really fun.
No, you told me about it last year when we were doing these live streams because you were watching it then for the first time, and you're like, "This is great." Yeah,
it is great.
No, that's cool, man.
I got what is it? I got 3 more full solid days, and then Crystal is gonna let me go total Christmas.
Nice, dude. That's gonna be a fun time, bro.
Yeah.
Gonna hit all of the Christmas Village, knock it all together.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I even bought extra tags. Look.
Oh, yeah.
City is a gateway drug. I like castle stuff, and I got 2 of these.
And you got the rescue, the city rescue, animal rescue one. The little monkeys.
I bought that because I was going to have my nephews build them, today. I was going to have, my daughter and my nephews, do a time build on the same set, and then they just wanted to run around and play in the leaves like heathens. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna tell them I got these. I'll just keep them. Might as well.
Right? Hey, doesn't it come with 2 monkeys or something? Little monkeys.
It does. There's 2 monkeys in this thing.
Yeah,
they're cool ones.
They're cool monkeys,
and then
it's got the cool blue scorpion. So
that's
a win for you, man.
I got a couple of these little Minecraft underwater.
I got that one for my son. One of his Lego sets was that one for his birthday.
That's cool, man.
It's a cool set. It's got a lot of cool stuff.
Surprisingly, I'm only missing maybe 3 or 4 Minecraft sets. Did you
get the village?
Yeah, and the first night, and
dude,
I've got all of them, and I would say 70% of them aren't even out of the box yet. They're just still in the box.
Wow. I was showing my son, Archer, he's 7. He loves the Lego Minecraft, but he loves the Minecraft game more. But, dude, I was showing him the village. I'm like, dude, look, they did this. Because I think it was probably 3 years ago now, or 2 years ago. But, yeah, he was like, what? Because it's the whole village. Everything that comes in a village, you get in that set.
Yeah, Golem.
Doesn't it?
all kinds of stuff.
Is it like several? It's a couple thousand pieces, right? It's like a big, like 4,000 pieces.
It's a pretty big set.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool, man. Good times. Yeah, let's do some more Christmas Lego stuff. Whether or not we'll get any of that done this year is doubtful, but I'd love to work on a project like that. It sounds like a lot of fun. December's
kind of tight for me.
Yeah, it's getting there. So I think that about wraps it up. Check us out. Check our Black Friday sales out on both of our shops. Links are in our Instagram accounts. Special thanks to R. Slugger, who gave us all these random facts about rock raiders.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Yeah, and
there's also for anybody else that likes to just listen to somebody talk about a theme specifically without actually having to comment. There's a kid. He's a pretty young guy on YouTube, and he does a Lego. It's called Lego Rewind.
Dude, I love that guy.
That kid is so cool.
Yeah, because he covers all the old 90s themes.
He does. Ice Planet, Rock Raiders, several of them, man. And I mean, I enjoy listening to the kid. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah. Now, he's incredibly insightful for however old he is. Because I think those videos are a little older, but not like that old.
Yeah, no, they're several years old. But I mean, like, he's still half my age.
Yeah. I think I don't know if it's Nick on Planet Ripple. It's something like that, because he does graphic novel art, and he's a huge Bionicle fan.
Yeah, it's Nick on Planet Ripple. Yeah.
Okay, that's the guy. Check Nick on Planet Ripple out if you love these types of things where people just sit down and talk about a Lego theme and have. He does a better job because he's got all of his editing and all the cool imagery, and he could sit down and really do like a documentary style, insightful narrative. Whereas we're kind of shooting off the cuff live here, which is also super fun. But check out his videos. You're right; those are great videos. I love them. And
I enjoy them.
I learned a lot listening to his insight and some of the stuff he digs up, because he digs up some wild stuff.
He does.
Yeah. So check that guy out as well. Yeah. And yeah, thanks for joining in, guys. We really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, for sure. What are we talking about next week?
Oh, I don't think we usually try and plan that ahead. I don't think we did this time. So we're doing a pirate series, but we don't have to do a pirate.
It's not the time of year for pirate stuff.
You don't think so?
No.
We could. Do you want to do? We were talking about, as it gets into wintertime, maybe focusing more on things. We wanted to talk about the Winter Village at some point. I think that would be a lot of fun. We could try.
Hey, let's talk about the Winter Village, because it's going to be the first week of December.
Next time? Okay.
Yeah. Next Monday is technically the last Monday, or the last day of November. But why not kick off that with let's talk about the Winter Village stuff.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Because, there was Winter Village, there was Creator, there was all different kinds of stuff that all kind of was like, it's not part of this theme, but it goes with this, but it's not called that. And, we all clearly know what the holiday ones are.
Yeah.
Whether they're a Creator set or a Winter Village set or a city set or a town set.
Totally. Yeah, because, I mean, at this point, those people like Heather's Bricks and Mr. Bookie Boo, who both do a joint live stream, so go check them out too. But their tables, their big city tables, from when Lego started doing snow and winter type sets in, like you said, those 3-4 different themes, if you had bought everything from when they started, you could almost do a complete city that big with all of the snow covered stuff.
Yeah.
Which now we're just doing the Winter Village live right now. So we'll save all of that for next time, but that's what we're going to be talking about next time. Sounds great, man.
Yeah, so we'll decorate everything up with candy canes and missiles.
I'll go find Christmas lights to hang on my Lego boxes.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Well, everyone have a great night. Again, thank you for, Heather says I did. I know. All right. That's a great final comment. Thank you again so much, everybody, for joining. Have a great night. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, as always, it's always a pleasure chatting with you a little bit about.
Absolutely. All right. Have a good night, guys.
See you guys.
All right. Take it easy.